Good morning, everyone. God bless you. Let's thank the Lord for this beautiful day outside. It is very hot. I was just outside and started sweating. So, for today, we're looking pretty bearish. Um, which kind of sucks because we have London high and Asia high, but again, we just gotta wait for market to show us what it wants to do and we'll react off of it. But right now, it's showing us that it wants to go lower. 4 hour is bearish. We still haven't broken structure up yet. So we had this breakdown right here. We moved up, but we didn't get a break up. That's on both indexes, and also on both indexes, our 1 hour, we broke structure up, but then we inversed the gap back down. So we are bearish on both indexes on the high time frame, but let's see what we could do. If market gives us the 5 minute break and our confluences, then we're in it, no matter the direction. So market's open, let's see what we do. Big jump up. Ideally, I would want to take out London High, but again, just gonna go off of whatever market gives me. I'm not gonna marry my bias. I'm just waiting for my confluences. That's all I'm waiting for. ES is starting to pull back and wick off to the upside, while Nasdaq, I mean, it's starting to wick, but it's maintaining. So we could potentially have a break of structure on Nasdaq and not on ES yet. This is an insane candle right now. Three minutes left. So we could potentially inverse this gap as well on the 15 minute. ES is not having it though. ES is still in the same spot. Minute 38. ES could potentially get the move up now. It's struggling to go in either direction. While Nasdaq is super high up. A minute and five left. 5 seconds. Okay, so ES didn't give us anything. I guess we are continuing lower with the previous breaker structure that we had. Actually, yeah, previous breaker structure. We broke structure with this candle. Sorry, we broke structure with that candle, but Nasdaq's still going higher and ES is going lower. So I'm hoping one of them can flip. I just want them to be on the same path, going in the same direction. So we wicked this 5 minute low. Damn. Did we just do this? I want to know. 35. Hmm. Well, we inversed this 1 minute, but that's not the 1 minute we need inversed. We need 1 minute down here at the start of the move up. So I think we'll be able to not inverse, break structure on ES as well. So break this high. I'm just waiting on equilibrium, my 1 minute confluences. Hopefully we get them before we take out London highs. London high, actually. I just realized we also took out pre-market, but we didn't take it out on ES. This is a lot of movement right now. Hopefully we can even out, get our revisit, get my confluences. So right now, is this a gap? I can't tell. 8675. Wow. So this would be the fair value gap right there to get inversed. A minute and 55 left. Let's see if we can maintain that breaker structure to the upside. So we're starting to come down, thankfully. God willing, we can fulfill my confluences. A minute and 20. I think ES can do it. I have faith. Well, our candle got flipped, making a higher low. So instead of the fair value gap, now it'll be a breaker structure, which is nice. We're getting up candles consistently. Hopefully maintain that. 30 seconds, and then it'll be a breaker structure. I'll mark out equilibrium for this as well. So now I'm waiting for breaker structure on NASDAQ, and I'm waiting for breaker structure on ES. 5 minute breaker structure on ES, and then 1 minute break on NASDAQ. So hopefully we get this break structure on the 5 minute on ES. Yep, so we got the break on the 5 minute. Now this fair value gap. And this is the break structure that I'm waiting for. So this would be a break of structure. We got 5 seconds. Hopefully we can maintain that. Yep, so we broke structure on NASDAQ now. I do also want to get the inverse on ES. Inverse for value gap. And ideally, it would be more beneficial to put in a lower high than this high right here, so that when I break, I could have a better risk to reward. But you never know. Again, can't control the market, just have to react off of it. Another thing, I want to take longs on NASDAQ because it's the more bullish index, but I don't like the fact that we are way above pre-market high and ES is still below it. Okay, so we inverse the gap, nice. Now we need inverse up, which would be here. So we're disrespecting our 5 minute equilibrium on the 1 minute, but that's okay. As long as we don't disrespect it on the 5 minute, we'll be okay. I really do hope like our SMT isn't a problem, because we did take out the lows already. Because NASDAQ is above pre-market high. Wow, ES is below pre-market high. So that's giving us a SMT to the downside. Bearish SMT. But I hope it's already, the SMT is already done with, because look, we already came down here twice now. We came down here on this 5 minute, and now we're down here again on the our current 5 minute. Minute and 15 seconds left. Let's see what happens. One minute. We also have news at 10 o'clock. Orange folder news. We're really maintaining right now. We're maintaining our bearishness on ES. And on NASDAQ, we're also maintaining. We're just staying on equilibrium. Let's see, we could potentially break structure, and then we would need my confluences again. And we would also have to wait for NASDAQ to inverse this gap. 3, 2, 1. Alright, so we broke structure on ES. We broke 5-minute structure to the downside. So now, yeah, we would have to inverse this gap and then inverse back down or break down. But we could put in a lower high, break that high, and then continue lower. But now I have to wait for NASDAQ to inverse this gap, or ES is gonna break structure back to the upside on the 5-minute. And it would be okay. I could enter off of the inverse of this gap, but I can't do that anymore because we broke 5-minute structure. If we didn't break 5-minute structure, then it would be fine, but we did break 5-minute structure, so I can't enter on ES on the inversion of this gap anymore because the 5-minute confluence goes against it. After 40 seconds, if this is a down candle, then this fair value gap can get erased, deleted, because it doesn't count anymore because we put in a new low or a new high. Same thing with NASDAQ, we already put in new high, we're on a new trend already. So the gap is no longer relevant. Again, I have no problem with going targeting London highs or this 4-hour low. This is a 4-hour low that I marked out. And we also have another low under. So this is a 4-hour low, and then this is another 4-hour. I have no problem going for shorts. I just want my confluences. So us breaking structure to the upside is a bullish confluence because we already got our breakdown. But ES freaking got the 5-minute breakdown. So I would enter here. But I do want them to be aligned, man. I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna be patient. I'm not gonna enter here because I rather both indexes be bullish. We could be breaking structure to the upside right now and then continuing lower. I rather have ES break 5-minute structure, show me that it also wants to continue higher. I'd rather the indexes align than taking this risk right now. So I'm gonna be patient and wait to see what happens. I don't care what direction we're going. I just want the indexes to be going the same direction. So and now we broke structure up. If we inverse this gap to the downside, that would be my confluences to go lower. But NASDAQ is bullish while ES is bearish. I want both of them to be bullish, or I want both of them to be bearish. I don't care which one it is, but that's what I need. 40 seconds. We could break structure. It is possible. Hopefully that happens. But we just gotta wait and see. 20 seconds left on this 5-minute candle. So we didn't break structure. Looks like we can inverse this gap. I'm not going to take any trades, even though my confluences are presenting themselves. I'm not going to take any trade yet until, again, both indexes are aligned and going in the same direction. So, just going to sit, be patient, and wait. I don't want to force anything, because forcing trades is how you lose. So we either break structure on the 5-minute on NASDAQ down, and then I'll take shorts on ES because it's been more bearish this entire time, or we break structure on the 5-minute on ES, and then I'll take longs on NASDAQ because we've been more bullish. So everything is set up. I know what I'm waiting for. I know what I'm doing. Now I'm just waiting for it to play out. I'm waiting for market to present itself to me. Now after we break 5-minute structure on either index, I have to wait for equilibrium again, and I'm hoping market gives it to me. I don't want to be no confluences today. I don't want to be without my confluences. So hopefully market gives us that revisit that we need after breaking structure, and it doesn't just dump in either direction. Two minutes and 10 seconds left. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we could do. A minute and 30. He's looking like a solid candle. Very solid candle. 30 seconds. See if we get that break of structure. It's definitely looking like we can, and we want to. Above highs is liquidity, so we have to be careful. We could just wick off. I'm really hoping we can maintain a solid candle like this and get our break. Yep. So we broke 5-minute structure. Love to see it. I really do hope we get more revisit though. Kind of doubt it. Nah, I hope so. I hope we get our revisit. I do feel like, damn, how many revisits is market gonna do, or is market gonna give us? But we need these confluences, and I'd rather be 100% sure than take a stupid risk and lose because I wasn't patient and I wasn't waiting for my confluences. Unfortunately, we just closed that fair value gap. We had the opportunity and potential to make a fair value gap right there, but we wicked it. We have this fair value gap on ES. So we're looking for a break of structure right now on NASDAQ and an inverse fair value gap on ES. I wish ES took out pre-market high on that 5-minute candle because I don't want it to like send us lower after we get our confluences to the upside. I don't want it to like flip the market down or something like that. And we just got pulled up. That's crazy. That was about to be an inverse right there. We got the break on NASDAQ. Got the break structure. I don't want to move up yet though. I want to get the inverse on ES. I want both of them to have the confluences that I need. So I'm hoping we can pull back down really quickly or not. We could just put in a higher low and potentially break it. That's what it's looking like we're gonna have to do. This candle's looking very solid, so we need to break a structure on ES. And this is gonna be our fair value gap on NASDAQ. Just gonna wait for the candle. I don't want to inverse it yet though, because ES hasn't gave us the confluence. We need the inverse down, the gap, break structure down. Inverse break, but we didn't get it yet. We could still continue lower before going up, which is what I'm hoping for. Looks like we can. Nice big move down. Got pulled up. Need to get these confluences. We're super close to the break structure to the upside, but that's not good because ES didn't give us the confluence down and then the confluence up, which is what I need. So let's continue to be patient. Hopefully the Lord allows it to happen. Nice. Thank you, Jesus. We were literally gonna break structure, but we got flipped down. All thanks to God. Nice. We're super close to breaking structure now on the downside. $50. Let's see if we get that break. We're about to touch equilibrium. $20. Wick equilibrium. $5 left. Nice. So now we broke structure to the downside, which is the confluence I needed. Now we need to break up. Once we get the break structure to the upside, then I will be targeting longs. Or then I'll be entering into longs. We're still going lower, which is okay as long as we don't disrespect equilibrium on our 5 minute. We still got 3 minutes left, so just got to be patient. And we don't have to break structure, we can just inverse this gap. No fair value gap on NASDAQ though. We're starting to dump down, which is unfortunate because we just got the breaker structure up and we just got our 1 minute confluence. Now we're just waiting on our second 1 minute confluence. So just got to be patient. Nice. We're starting to get a little move up. Hopefully we can maintain that. A minute and 30. And it's looking like we're disrespecting equilibrium. Not a sight to see. Nice. Solid candle. Solid. This is good. We don't have to break structure now, but as long as we get a little bit closer to equilibrium, you know, and not all the way at the bottom of equilibrium. So this could be the start of a move up now. We just put in an up candle, or it could just be a lower low and we continue lower. Yeah, if we still had a bunch of time on the 5 minute, we could have put in a lower high and then broke, but since it's literally 20 seconds, we need to start moving up now. Nice, so ES is on equilibrium. NASDAQ is still past it a good amount, but it is jumping up, thankfully. All thanks to God. We're getting closer to equilibrium. Yeah. So we're past it, but it's nowhere near as bad as it being all the way down there. So let's see what we can do. Let's see what happens. ES is in the fair value gap that we need it to inverse. And Nasdaq is still decently far from the high that it needs to break. We could be putting in a lower high now. Okay, so we broke 1 minute structure. We didn't inverse the gap yet. So now the gap does not count because we just made a new high. And now the high to break is this high right here. I wonder why we're getting so much down movement if we got bullish on the 5 minute. Oh, we haven't even inversed that gap yet on the 15 minute. I understand everything is still bearish, but if it's giving us bullish confluences, why aren't we, continuing bullish? 5 minutes bullish. Just waiting on the confluences. Shit. If we break structure, that's okay. I just want the confluences after that. I'm not picky in which direction we're going. I just want to go with confluences. You know? Well, it's looking like we want to go lower. Hopefully we don't take out these targets though. The draws and liquidity that I marked out. And we're just getting closer and closer. Like, damn. At least give me my revisit once we break structure, please. That's what my confluence is. As I said, I'm not mirroring my bias, which is the direction I want market to go. I just want market to be consistent and give me confluences. Got a minute 35 till we break structure. The way Nasdaq is moving down though, I kind of would want to take shorts on Nasdaq because it just dumped down. So ES has been more bearish this entire time though. So I'm gonna take it on ES, but I was just saying the way Nasdaq was moving or is moving to the downside now, it's kind of crazy. So that'll be breaker structure, and that's breaker structure. Got 30 seconds left. I really hope. Yes, break structure. It's been bearish this entire time. If we don't break structure on ES and we break structure on Nasdaq, that'll suck. Because ES is just contradicting itself now. Come on, we're so close. 5 seconds. Damn. That's insane. ES has been bearish this entire time, and we couldn't just break structure. Fair value gap right here. If we put in, if we keep this down candle though, then I gotta take away the fair value gap and mark breaker structure. I can't believe it, bro. Yes, just couldn't break structure right there. Inverse the gap to the upside on ES. Not on NASDAQ yet. That's so crazy. Didn't inverse the gap. And then we put in a high. So now we're looking for a breaker structure on NASDAQ. That's so crazy. ES has literally been bearish this whole time. And when it's time to be bearish, it didn't want to. Oh, did we inverse the gap on the 15? Yeah. So we inverse this 15-minute gap on NASDAQ. Not on ES yet, though. We didn't inverse it on ES, which is huge because it means it is bearish. If we close this 15-minute candle out of the fair value gap, we are respecting that fair value gap. 1 minute left. Still haven't broken structure yet though. 50 seconds. This could be the break of structure. Nasdaq didn't get the move up that it needed. Oh, but we took out the 4-hour low that I had marked. Unfortunately. $20 seconds left. So we got the inverse fair value gap to the upside, but that was before we even broke structure down. Yeah. We just broke 5-minute structure, and we also broke 1-minute structure to the downside after inversing this gap. Then we broke down, but the risk to reward wouldn't even be worth it. This would literally be the trade. Yeah. I don't want to do that, so I'm hoping we could get the revisit, man. Nasdaq didn't even get the inverse for value gap. It just stopped right at the very end of it. Well, I guess if market takes us out, then well, if Nasdaq takes out the second low, then I might just say no trade on the day, because then it'll just be SMT, potentially SMT. I just want my confluences. So 1016. And I said earlier too, man, I just don't want market to break structure and then dump. Or I don't want market to dump, and it's literally what it's doing. Not giving any revisit. When now is the perfect time for the revisit, man. We got the we got the 5-minute confluence on both indexes. So let's, head up to equilibrium, get the revisit, and then continue lower. Please and thank you. God willing. Whatever the Lord thinks is best shall happen. So Nasdaq took out the 4-hour low, the second 4-hour low. Well, ES hasn't taken either of them out yet. I just can't believe we're not getting a revisit yet. That's all I want. Just want my confluences. I could have entered when we broke structure, but I just didn't like that we broke 5-minute structure after getting the 1-minute break up. I would rather the 5-minute first, and then we get the break up, and then we get the breakdown, you know? We are looking pretty extended right now. Oh yes, yeah, she took out that low. Nasdaq's market looks fine. Up and down. ES does, just down candles. I'm just waiting on my confluences. I don't even know what else to target now, though. It's kind of just cooked. May 7th, 18. May 7th, 18. Oh, I had this marked. What the hell? What's this? So you still have time actually. We took out the first draw of liquidity, the first low on both indexes. We're just waiting on the second one now, and we could hit it as long as the confluences portray themselves, or present themselves. But right now, as of right now, market is not looking too good for me. Market is not looking good enough. We're just down without a revisit, and it's whack. I just wish market would be dumping every time I hop in a trade and dumping into the side that I want. Not dumping to stop me out, but dump into my TP. But every time I hop into a trade, it doesn't move like this. Or well, not the one with it. It doesn't move like this. Like, where's the revisits? Where's the confluences? So we have a fair value gap that we could inverse. Nasdaq needs break of structure. Just gotta wait. Got 20 seconds left. Let's see what happens. We got 20 seconds left. We could inverse this gap on ES. Let's see if we get that break structure on Nasdaq. That's gonna take a few more candles. 5 seconds left on ES. Didn't inverse it yet. Closed halfway through it. We wicked through the whole candle though. We got 40 seconds left. 35. 30. 20. It's looking like we're gonna inverse it, thankfully. Inversed it. Still need the breaker structure on Nasdaq, but we are getting solid candles to the upside right now. This candle is really solid, except for the wick on the bottom, but that's alright. Shows that we flipped it. So we got the inverse on ES. I'm waiting for the breaker structure on Nasdaq so that we could get to equilibrium. This 15-minute low. I'll just keep it there, just so I know. So now we need breaker structure on this candle. Well, not on the candle that we're on, but this would be breaker structure now, not this. So we respect the fair value gap. We worked into it and then we closed out of it on the next candle. Just erase this. And I'll take the shorts on ES, even though it did struggle, like it. I want to take out ES. I mean, Nasdaq is way closer. Actually, they look about the same, honestly. ES was more bearish market open, but Nasdaq became more bearish. And then Nasdaq inversed that 15-minute gap, but ES didn't, and it was still moving slower than Nasdaq for some reason. We got the breaker structure, thankfully. Hopefully we could come up to equilibrium, put in a lower high, well, a higher high. Actually, no, not a higher high, a higher low, and then break the low and then continue lower. I don't want to break now because we still have all this room for equilibrium, and I want to feel equilibrium, you know, get a good revisit. But I mean, if market breaks now, then I can't do nothing about it. I have to, you know, go off what it gives me. Yeah, I'm gonna take it on ES because it respected the 15-minute gap while Nasdaq inversed it. Even though Nasdaq's been moving faster, I'd rather just stick with the more bearish index while taking a bearish trade. just put in a higher low. I do want to get at least a bit closer to equilibrium. Maybe we don't hit it, but I do want to fill up this empty space. That would be the trade. Ideally to the hourly, but honestly, I don't want to be greedy. I might just take it to the 15-minute time frame, to the 15-minute low. Didn't break structure though. Didn't break structure. I don't know. Do I want to take it to this 15? So we broke structure again on NASDAQ. Yes, we didn't break. Nice, we could be getting that fill of equilibrium. Look for value gaps. Oh, this wasn't even I thought this was an up candle. That's crazy. Well, this is the break structure. It is an up candle on ES though. $10.33. I'm not gonna go with 2 contracts. I'm just gonna go with 1 and put TP at the 15-minute low. And God willing, it hits TP, and that'd be the trade for the day. Put in a lower high. Worked it. So now equilibrium would be this. And we would be past equilibrium right now. Because this is the low, and this is the high. So equilibrium is cooked now. See if that's the same. Low, high, yep. So we're just waiting on the confluence down, which is a break of structure. 10 seconds. 10 seconds left. Let's see. 2, 1. ES broke structure. I'm gonna just wait for Nasdaq to break structure as well. Let's be patient. So ES broke. We're waiting on Nasdaq. We could be putting in a new low right here. Okay, so we have a higher low. Let's see, Nasdaq's just continuing higher. Didn't break structure, while ES did break structure. Good thing I didn't enter, because we're just moving up right now. I don't know why though, but 12 seconds left. This is going to be a break of structure on ES. Break of structure to the upside. This 5-minute, our previous 5-minute candle wicked out the 5-minute highs, so I thought that would have been liquidity, and then we continue lower. But as of right now, we're just moving up. I'm not too sure why. Maybe we're overextended, so market wants to move up. I'm not too sure, but I do think market should be continuing lower. Broke 15-minute structure. Broke 15-minute structure. I mean, maybe if it wants to revisit on the 15-minute equilibrium, but besides that, I'm not too sure why. We're moving up right now. We do have a fair value gap that we can inverse. I mean, honestly, I don't understand why we're moving up. But, again, can't control the market. This has just been pretty unfortunate market action for us. Price action. Unfortunate price action because market is giving us the 5-minute confluence and then 1-minute confluence, and then not giving us the final 1-minute confluence, and market is giving us the 1-minute confluence, not the 5-minute confluence, and then our final 1-minute confluence. And as of right now, market gave us the 5-minute confluence on both, the 1-minute confluence on both, and then our final 1-minute confluence on one index. So market's just being pretty crazy today. Doesn't want to just make up its mind. And that's okay. I'd rather not lose than lose. Not losing is winning, ladies and gentlemen. In the world of trading, if you don't lose, you're winning. So I'd rather not lose. You see, now I wonder if we inverse this gap on both indexes, should I enter? That's what I'm thinking of right now. If I should enter or not after inversing this fair value gap to the downside. But it's looking like market wants to go higher. This is a huge wick. So let's see. I'm just waiting. Once it gets to 11, then I'll just call it. Hop off the charts for the day. Oh, we broke 5-minute structure on Nasdaq though. We broke 5-minute structure to the upside on Nasdaq, not on ES. So again, with the confluences on one index but not the other. Crazy. I mean, this could just be for equilibrium, but still sucks because we were so close. And now we need the break back down on Nasdaq. So even if we get the 1-minute break, we still need that 5-minute. ES, however, did not break structure yet on the 5-minute to the upside, but as of right now, if the candle closes where it's at, it would. So got 1 minute 55 seconds left on ES to break structure. We got 50 seconds left. So if we break down, that's our confluence for ES to continue lower because it's still bearish as of right now. But if we break down on Nasdaq, then that's the first confluence in order for us to move up, because then after the breakdown, then you break up and we'll continue higher. So we're just stuck. We need that 5-minute confluence. We need Nasdaq to break back down, or we need ES to break structure to the upside. ES break up, Nasdaq break down, We need one of them. Can't just have the indexes opposite. Okay, so this will be the breakdown on both indexes. This is literally what we need to continue lower on ES. So this would be the entry. Stop here, TP here. But Nasdaq hasn't broke down yet on the 5-minute. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait. I'm not gonna force it. This trade could hit, but Nasdaq literally just broke structure to the upside. So, like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do there besides wait for my confluence. Force a trade and lose, I'll be tight. So, I'm not trying to deal with that. I'm trying to keep my winning streak alive. Keep a good ratio on the month. My win to loss ratio, I'm trying to keep it 2 minutes and 40 seconds. We could very much break structure on the 5-minute, so please God, let it happen. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. God willing, we could break structure. And then I'll mark out equilibrium again, and hopefully we get equilibrium. And maybe for the final time, we get both our confluence, or maybe for the first time, actually. Oh, no. For the second time, we get our confluences on both indexes. Second time getting our confluence, first time getting them on both indexes, because first time we got it was on ES, but Nasdaq didn't have the breakdown. So this will be the second time getting the confluences, first time getting the confluences on both indexes. Please God, let it happen. 1 minute and 30. We could do it, man. We can do it. ES is below the 5-minute low. Nasdaq is above it. I'm hoping we could come down and get the break. We already broke 1 minute, but we need that 5-minute break. It could have worked it out, and it could be liquidity for market to continue higher, or we can break. 35 seconds. $10.49. Man, oh man. But we didn't break structure. The And we were so close as well. Now another 5 minutes. I'm really hoping we could get it because if we don't get it on this candle, then that'll be it. I believe 10:55 at the end of this, and then you know. So I'm hoping in a perfect world. No, I'm hoping not in a perfect world. I'm just gonna say I'm hoping for it that we get this break structure to the downside and get my 1 minute confluences. I rather take shorts now because these are actually these are real targets. Like these are hourly lows. But coming up here there isn't really not a target. So it would just be a little tricky. I already got the 1 minute breakdown. So I don't see why we won't be able to maintain the bearish movement to the downside. Now, I could have been in this trade. I could have been, but I'd rather be safe than sorry, and I'd rather wait for confirmation that both indexes are going lower. Because if one is going lower and one's giving confluences to go higher, it's like, and I'm not trying to deal with that. I don't know. I mean, okay, I'll take them once I finish.
Yeah, but I'm saying, how long is that gonna be?
I don't know. I can't control it.
Estimated 15, 20, half an hour, 1 hour.
Maybe like 10 or 15. Alright guys, so depending on how, excuse me, but depending on how this candle goes, if it closes all the way up here, or if it breaks structure, which I hope, but right now it's not looking like it, is gonna determine if I stay on the charts or if I hop off the charts. Looks like we have the potential to inverse this fair value gap right here. Again, big move up right now. So if we don't break structure to the downside, then I'm just gonna call that a day and hop off the charts. Also, I didn't actually take a trade. I just had that marked out to see what it would look like. But yeah, so we're gonna inverse this gap. Potentially, that's what it looks like right now. But I just don't want to take longs because this could just all be for a 15-minute equilibrium. And I don't have any targets to the upside. So I'm not going to take longs. I feel like it would be dumb. Pointless. So, yep. Just going to wait the minute and 40, see what happens. If we break structure to the upside or inverse to the upside on ES, then it's over with. But we already broke structure on NASDAQ. We're already in an uptrend. But I was hoping that we could break structure down. But it's not looking like it. And it's looking like ES is going to inverse this gap to the upside. So no trade for the day. That's okay. I'd rather not lose than lose. If you're not losing, you're winning in trading. Got 15 seconds. Three, two, one. Inversed it, and we're all the way up there again. So, thanks for watching. No trade on the day because market did not present itself. I'm just gonna show you. No trade on the day. See? Synced, no trade on the day. Thank you for watching. Market was not good enough today, but that's okay because there's always tomorrow. So thank you for watching. God bless you all, and I'll see you guys in the next one.